Ibu, we would like to invite Mr. Jun Waide. Boleh kita beri tepuk tangan selaku founder and group CEO PT VENTENY Fortuna International Tbk. Dan untuk selanjutnya kami juga mengundang dengan hormat Bapak Stephen, Direktur Utama SF Sekuritas. Boleh kita beri tepuk tangan. Dan kami persilahkan kepada Bapak Stephen untuk dapat langsung menuju ke arah podium. Dan untuk selanjutnya kami persilahkan kepada Bapak Kevin Praharyawan selaku Direktur BRI Dana Reksa Sekuritas. Dan untuk selanjutnya kami mengundang Bapak Mukti Wibowo Kawihadi selaku Deputy Director Investment Banking Mirai Aset Sekuritas. Baiklah Bapak Ibu, hadirin yang kami hormati, untuk memulai sesi presentasi ini kami persilahkan berkenan Bapak Stefan untuk memberikan sambutan yang selanjutnya akan menjadi moderator dalam sesi kali ini. Kami silakan.
Terima kasih. Bapak Ibu yang saya hormati, selamat siang, salam sejahtera buat kita semua. Kami akan memberikan kata sambutan. Dalam diskusi kita hari ini, kita akan menggunakan bahasa Indonesia dan bahasa Inggris. Jadi nanti untuk Bapak Ibu nanti yang akan bertanya ya bisa juga menggunakan kedua bahasa yang memang menjadi preferensi Bapak Ibu semua nantinya. Baik, mungkin untuk opening speech kali ini saya akan membawakannya dalam bahasa Inggris ya. Good afternoon and welcome to all representative from securities company, fund manager, and prospective investor who have taken time to attend our invitation to today public expose and due diligence meeting for initial public offering of PT Fortuna International Tbk. We, PT Surya Fajar Sekuritas, as a coordinator of this joint lead underwriter, would also like to introduce other lead underwriter PT BRI Dana Reksa Sekuritas and PT Mirai Aset Indonesia who are also involved in this IPO process. Join us here today are the Board of Commissioner and Board of Director of PT VENTENY Fortuna International Tbk, as well as all capital market supporting parties. Ladies and gentlemen, before further explanation from the management, please allow me to express some brief information about the company background. VENTENY is a technological company that provides solutions for business owner and employee with a combination of growth funding and empowerment of human resource. VENTENY started operating their business in 2015 by establishment of VENTENY Inc. in Filipina. They expanded their business in 2016 to Singapore through VENTENY Pte Limited. And in 2019, VENTENY Fortuna International Tbk as a holding company through their subsidiaries PT VENTENY Matahari Indonesia start to enter Indonesian market after acknowledging Indonesia's massive future business potential. Here with us, the management of VENTENY, Mr. Jun Waide as a founder and CEO, Mr. Dama Raditya as a COO, and Mr. Winnie Johan as a CFO. The management will make presentation in English and Bahasa. My colleagues from BRI Dana Reksa will present the structure of IPO, and from Mirai will conduct Q&A session. For Q&A session, we are open for question in both English and Bahasa. As an additional information, this event will also be streamed online through our social media platform. Without further ado, let's shift our attention to Mr. Jun Waide, who will now give a detailed presentation about PT VENTENY Fortuna International Tbk. Thank you for your attention. We hope everyone will have a pleasant time in this public expose and due diligence meeting. Mr. Jun, the stage is yours. Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jun. I'm a founder and group CEO of VENTENY. And today, on behalf of the company, I would like to thank you all for your participations for our public exposure. So I'm standing here very humbled by the fact that we are actually hosting this public exposure event, and thank you very much for coming again. Honestly, I just cannot find the right words to describe my feeling right now. But the most of all, I am also honored to have such a pleasant family who always stand by me, and also I'm honored to have one of the greatest investors, business professionals, and our service users, and the rest of all the supporting professionals starts with our teams in Indonesia, and in Singapore, and the Philippines. Thank you again. And today, as being introduced by Pak Stefan, I would like to walk you through with our service that we are offering in Indonesia and Southeast Asia. I hope you are going to get a good sense of the service, and also hopefully you can actually understand. But later on, we also have a Q&A sessions. If you have something missed out or you are not clear with, please free to ask in English or Bahasa. Welcome. Okay, so let's start. So today, since this service is very new, it's the first service introduced in the country of Indonesia or even Southeast Asia for the first time in the history. So that's why we would like to give you a little bit of clear and extensive expressions about our service running. So now we go with walk you through with a company overview, key investment highlights, and market challenges that we see. And from there, we are going to define our market position. And then we are going through with the financial highlights and the indicative offering structure. And later on, we are going to cover with a Q&A. To start with our company overview. So as mentioned, this service never existed in the country of Indonesia or Southeast Asia. And VENTENY is the first company bringing this business model to the country of yours. So with this, our service, we are trying to build an online platform with a wide range of the service for employers and employees. For employers, we would like to provide you with our financial service. For the employees, we are trying to give you the better working environment, and also in order for us to provide them a plug-in and play one-stop solutions for employee happiness. We are going to get to the detail later. So now, moving forward. So as being introduced, our company, we are celebrating our 7th years of operations, counting from our start of the journey in the Philippines. Me, myself, I'm Japanese, from Tokyo, Japan, and I used to live in the US and work in Southeast Asia. I came into the Southeast Asia back in 2011, November. So this is my 11th year of experience living in Southeast Asia. When I came to Southeast Asia, it was very, very impressive. Lots of young labor communities, professionals, and also the GDP has been growing like a sky high. If you are going to compare from my countries, it was impressive, absolutely fantastic. But when you are going to look around the market and also looking around the growth, I was able to find out there are some part actually has been missed out from the growth of the countries and also the regions. One of the things that we were able to find was definitely for the working environment. The people in the office, they usually get there to the office and they get paid. But of course, since I was able to live and work in the USA or Japan, they actually have this concept of corporate welfare or employee program, where they provide you the benefits for employees. For example, training opportunities, educations, or employee exclusive discounts, or even the house mortgage on the cars. Those are the services that we were able to provide it by even the top companies in each country. But here, still, those momentum was actually on the learning curve. So that was one of the things that I was able to realize. Okay, what about if we were able to provide this kind of solutions to the company on behalf of, by us providing all the package solutions? On the other side, same thing for SMEs. Later on, we are going to talk about more, but the thing is, Southeast Asia is actually more than 50% of GDP contribution has been coming from SMEs. But yet, the other company has been suffered the most by the lacking of financial access. So that's why we are trying to bring a financial solutions for SMEs to give them an instant and easy access for them to make sure that they're able to grow more and be able to success further by having our financial solutions. Now, our company started over here in the Philippines, and we came to Singapore for the headquarters. But later on, we transferred that headquarter functions to Indonesia in the name of VENTENY Fortuna International since January 2021. And since we were able to see the very rapid and also huge potential in the country of Indonesia, we started operating our service in this country since 2018, later 2018. So it's very humble and it's honor that we were able to bring this service and then be hosting this public exposure event after 3.5 years of our operation. Before we are going to get to more further explanations, definitely we would like to take a note that though, in order for us to come to this far, we never be able to forget about our great supportive coming from the investors, Carta Holdings, Ocean Capital, SoftBank Investment, Rilo Club, Indogen, KK Fund, and SB FinTech. Those are the greatest investors that we have been supported for the long journey, for us to just be supported to come to this successful journey. So now, this is our key investment highlight. So since this is a public exposure, we would like to give you a little bit of a high notes of what we are actually good at and where we are looking at. So this is our key investment highlight. One is definitely we are new service, and we were able to attach and tap the huge addressable market. In order for us to do the financial service, definitely we have to find a source at low cost or stable funding, which is actually coming from Japan, where I was from. And also our business has been already profitable for the last 20 months. Most of the IT companies or technology companies, we are able to see that there is a little bit of adjustment, or also they have actually spent, usually they go with the investment first. But we were able to secure the profit since 2020, which is very blessing for us. Next, the first employee super app in the history. So right now we have two business, one for business, the other one for employees. The employees, we are offering this super app for the first time in the history of Southeast Asia as well. We are going to get to do that later. And since we are operating from the Philippines and Indonesia, we have a very good and solid knowledge of how we are going to just penetrate our service into a different culture, different countries, different people. And now we are also looking forward to have more business coverage in the rest of the Southeast Asia. So those are the kind of the potential that we would like to highlight, and we are going to give you more explanations as we go on. So now, before we are going to give you what is our solutions, we are going to define the challenge of the market first. So this is actually the challenge that we see from our perspective. So now, if you look around, definitely there are some, since we are offering a service to B2B and employee business, we see some challenges from the companies. Definitely the first one is SMEs especially are having difficulty to find a good source of funding. At the same time, they're having difficulty with the low employee engagement. But also the employees are the same. They're also having a difficulty with the lack of reliable financial access. Sometimes they actually rather to deserve for a work-life balance and safety of the family on themselves. Lastly, the training opportunities. People deserve to study more, but sometimes it's difficult for them to have access to study. So this is the challenge, and the VENTENY comes and covers all of these concerns by one package solutions. That's actually our service, basic service model. So how big is this market? Again, this service is new, nobody ever done before. So the market itself is huge, and we are the first one tapping on this market together with our service model. So our service, if you're going to address about our B2B service, which is a SME service, we are already addressing the almost 78,000 trillion rupiah, or USD 5.2 trillion rupiah of the gap that we see. Meaning there are so many companies in Southeast Asia, and they're the one bringing more than half of the GDP contributions, but yet they are the one who has been suffered the most by lacking the financial access. So if you are going to see there's a supply and demand, there's a huge gap, which is actually we see as 78,000 trillion rupiah. It's just huge. And if you're going to talk about the country of Southeast Asia, definitely there's a USD 300 billion rupiah of financial gap. And this is the part that nobody ever able to just provide a financial service, but this is how high the demand it is. So we are the one bringing, and we are the one actually coming into this market to help and also to enhance the community and the power of SMEs. Now, if you are going to take a look at the Indonesia, the share of the market that we are looking right now is Indonesia rupiah base. It's going to be a 2,490 trillion rupiah, or USD 166 billion rupiah. This is the market that we are looking at, and definitely this is a wide open area for us. Now, looking at our employee side, our business for the employee business, as you can see, there is a challenge of the employees. When they're going to go through their own corporate life, sometimes they need an urgent financial access. According to the survey, there are 88% of the people in the labor force community felt that there was a service or they have a need for the demand for the financial access. But the thing is, they were not able to, some people were able to get it, but majority of people couldn't actually get enough financial solutions. On the other side, the family safety in Indonesia, only about 8% of the populations are insured, but 92% are not insured. So there's a huge gap on this part. Training opportunities, same thing. Right now, the 10% of the labor community has college diploma. Rest people are actually still, they need, and also they need further enhancement in terms of getting a sufficient amount of the trainings or people to understand about the efficiency and the productivities. So this is a part also we see as their challenges. Lastly, work-life balance. The millennials mostly, those people always tend to have a more priority over work and life balance. And right now, 2 out of the 5 people actually thought that they actually want to have a well-managed work and life balance in their corporate life. So by looking at these challenges, definitely this is not the challenge that we recognize, but also your great countries and all your government actually also made aware, and it made this statement that they have this vision called Indonesia 2045 vision, saying that by the 2045, Indonesia wants to become the 5th largest economy in the world. And also they want, in order for them to achieve, they actually want to reach out and make some great achievement by improving the labor force participations, labor force numbers, and also minimizing the unemployment rates, and also giving them more enhanced educations. So now, in order for them to achieve this goal, Indonesia already was able to define the 3 sectors. One is definitely they want to enhance the educations. They want to enhance the health awareness, and the science and technology, which we call it IT, for them to be more able to actually take care of the tech-savvy kind of community that we are in right now. So for this, good thing that VENTENY covers them all. So our vision and your great country government vision also are very synchronized and well aligned. And on top, we also added financial solutions on top of this. By defining that as the challenges, we are now moving forward with a unique market proposition of ours. So as you can see, this is our ecosystem. And then maybe this slide, I would like to be able to explain you why our service is actually needed for a B2B and also employee service. So on your left side, we usually come up with a B2B SME financial service just to make sure that the SMEs have enough financial access to grab or find their business opportunities and grow further. On top of that, once we were able to just support them as much as possible with our financial services, we also never forget to actually give a good working environment for us to actually encourage the employees' motivations, efficiency, and productivities by giving them our employee super app. So again, I think this is actually coming from our story. Yes, our company are able to be listed in 3.5 years of our operation in Indonesia, which I think it's quite fast. But for us to come to this far, definitely this company has been built by our people, our staff, our employees, and they are fully motivated, fully committed, and they have actually able to actually make our company to grow this far. Why? Because I guess we were able to trust each other, and we will also give them a lots of, for example, training opportunities or better working environments or better corporate experiences. So for me, I believe those happy employees or most encouraged employees will bring more commitments or contribution to the company. So that's why we are going to start with a B2B SME financial service. On top of that, we are going to give them the better working environments and make that ecosystem go around by our services. So employee makes more contributions, company is going to become more successful, but at the same time, the company needs a financial service, we also provide them the financial services. This is our ecosystem. Now, breaking our business a little bit further, we start with the B2B financial service. So this is our landscape of where we are sitting in. So as you can see on the left, if ever SME companies, if they need a financial service, or if ever there's a demand for the financial access, sometimes those business opportunities come arise in the middle of nowhere. Sometimes if you don't take it, somebody else will take it. So definitely, if ever you have a demand for the financial service, you have to do it fast. You have to do it easy, and you have to actually do it in a convenient way. Right now, we have traditional banks, and also we have financial lending companies, so-called P2P lending companies. Yes, the traditional banks, they're a great service, and also they definitely are going to give you the large size of the ticket. But it takes collaterals, and also it takes a very, sometimes it's a lengthy accreditation process. But for the SMEs, as I mentioned, when they need a financial service, they need it now. But sometimes they cannot they don't have time to go through the lengthy process. So now, by looking at that, sometimes they go to the P2P lending company, but most of the cases, they're fast, and also they're not going to take any collaterals, but the rate is a little bit high. So that was actually the strength and also the weakness for both sides. But now the VENTENY actually comes in the middle. We are the hybrid of banks and also the P2P lending companies. So what our service is, actually, we are offering one of the lowest rates in the market. At the same time, we are actually just taking no collaterals, and then we dispersing the money within 5 business days. If they need a financial service, they can just talk to us, and we can give them the finance within the 5 days. That's actually how easy it is and how fast we can do. And then I think for the SME perspectives, I think this one is a very tailor-made and tailor-fit service for those demand coming from the companies. How we are able to just make our service to be one of the lowest in the market, at the same time, how our company were able to become profitable. So here is one of the answers. So the key is definitely our procurement. Of course, as we are doing the financial service, we have to use money, or we have to use a liquidity for us to make our disbursement. Most of the cash that we are bringing is from Japan. I'm not really sure you are familiar with the Japanese banking society, but the thing is over there, their corporate banking rates is usually at 0.0% to 1.5% a year. Over here in Indonesia, usually the average is 9 to 15% a year. So imagine that if we are able to bring the low cost of the fund from Japan and offering the service to a country of Indonesia where the standard of interest is high, this is where we are actually making a profit. And now, as you can see in this chart, Indonesia, still less than 30% of the portion of the investments are for the P2P lending companies are coming from local investments, where definitely the interest of the standard is quite high. But since our service, most of the procurements are coming from Japan, our procurement rates is much lower. At the same time, as we are going to get listed, meaning our company will have more reputations and the credit for ourselves, for us to negotiate with the large institutions or professional institutions, for us to secure the low cost of the funding, even lower than what we have now. With this, we can expand our business, and we are going to cater the demand, to offer so many services to the companies who need the service, and we are actually be more aggressive going to the other countries where they need our service. So definitely one of the biggest purpose for our IDX exposure is for us to have more credit, for us to talk to the large institutions where we can get more large size of tickets. So now this is actually our operations for the financial service in easy look. So as mentioned, we are bringing the fund over here from Japan, and then we are bringing the fund over here in Indonesia. We usually go to the SME companies through our people or referrals. If we think that this company is qualified, then definitely we are going to work with P2P lending company for the further verifications. If the P2P lending companies and the partners thinks that this company is actually trustworthy, then we are going to work with the P2P lending company for the disbursement. With this, we have the layer of accreditation process together with the P2P or professional financial institutions, rather than us having a single accreditation process. With this, we were able to maximize our collection rates very successfully. Now, talking about the collections, here's our number. So for our disbursements, we were able to keep our collection rates as high as 98.7%. Where the market standard of Indonesia is called around 96%, so definitely we are doing higher. And actually, this is one of the key remarkable that we are able to just engage with the company very good level. And with that, so that was actually our B2B part, and now we are going to move forward with the employee service. So now this is also about another service about the employee service. So you can imagine our Grab or Gojek as one of the greatest B2C super app. This is our super app for employees. This has been introduced for the first time in the history of Southeast Asia, and of course, even in Indonesia. So this service itself has been launched in last November. It's a quite new service, but I think it's captured the demand is already in the very high. And now our service itself has a digital wallet, and also we have a financial service, insurance service, education service, and the lifestyle goes with exclusive discounts and as such. These are the services being actually demanded by the employees and also the companies. Sometimes companies, in order for them to come up with their employee welfare programs, they had to assign a team. They had to allocate some budget. They have to allocate some developments for them to come up with the service. But if their service is not in this field, definitely this is additional cost, and it's difficult for them to build this service by themselves. So we are the one building this service on behalf of your company, and this service is absolutely free to start. So usually companies are going to, when they're going to consider they need a budget, they need to just secure the budget for the next year to have this service. No, our service don't need any investment. You can start this service in 2 weeks, and then your employee will have a full access of this. That's how easy it is. As long as your employees are satisfied and happy and be encouraged by this service, definitely employees tend to stay in the company for a longer period with higher performances. This is actually the services that we are building, and in the future, our vision is we want to make this application to be as a go-to application while they are working. So that's actually our service and the vision of this employee service. With this, we have many merchants that we have been working with. Definitely start with the financial service. We work with companies, financial service providers. Insurance, we have also partners. Education, we have several partners, and lifestyles as well. So it's not just about us just offering all the solutions by ourselves. We are welcome to have more partners and the merchants and the professional service provider to actually work and also put more valuations to this super app itself. So we build the community, we encourage the community, and then we are going to share the benefit together with the business partners. So again, we are more than happy to welcome all the merchants. So we are the one actually bringing you right in front of those employees who are actually have more consuming power and also who has more eager to learn or maybe eager to actually spend for those services for their own better. Now, in order for us to continue about our exponential business growth with a healthy financial performance, I would like to just leave the lead for our group COO, Damar, to take it over. Damar, please. Thank you.
Oke, thank you Jun. Selamat siang Bapak Ibu semuanya, baik yang hadir di venue ataupun di online. Izinkan saya untuk melanjutkan presentasi dengan memberikan sedikit pemaparan tentang kinerja VENTENY, dan saya akan membawakan dalam bahasa Indonesia. Baik, secara keseluruhan, bisnis VENTENY masih ditopang oleh B2B Financial Service, yang mana di semester pertama tahun 2022 ini, secara loan disbursement bertumbuh lebih dari 200% dibandingkan dengan periode yang sama di tahun sebelumnya. Bagaimana dengan B2B2E service kita? B2B2E service kita, meskipun baru berumur 6 bulan per Juni kemarin, sudah berkontribusi terhadap 17% dari total revenue Perseroan. Yang mana angka 17% ini, menurut kami sendiri adalah angka yang cukup baik, mengingat besarnya ticket size gap antara B2B Financial Service dengan B2B2E service. Kalau B2B Financial Service per disbursement, biasanya tiket size-nya itu kurang lebih 1 miliar rupiah. Kalau di B2B2E service, tiket size kita biasanya hanya 40.000 sampai 50.000 rupiah per transaksi. Dan untuk B2B2E service sendiri, kami sudah meng-capture demand dari employee members kami, di mana per bulannya transaksi bertumbuh lebih dari 40%. Oleh karena itu, berkat kombinasi antara B2B dengan B2B2E service kami, bisnis VENTENY telah profitable selama per Juni kemarin 18 bulan consecutive months. Kalau per sekarang kita masih tetap profitable, dan per buku Juni kemarin profit kami meningkat 300% dibandingkan apa yang kami achieve di 2021. Terima kasih. B2B Financial Service masih menjadi fondasi kokoh bagi bisnis kami. Dan apa yang kami lakukan terhadap B2B ini berbeda dengan apa yang teman-teman institusi finansial lain lakukan, karena kita fokus membangun ekosistem. Kita bekerja sama dengan komunitas, dengan asosiasi. Kebetulan ada beberapa teman-teman asosiasi yang hadir di hari ini. Ada dari Aplindo, dari Abadi, dari Pasar Tanah Abang, dari Hipindo. Terima kasih atas supportnya. Sehingga bisnis kami bertumbuh secara signifikan, dan per Juni kemarin kami sudah dipercaya oleh lebih dari 220 corporate clients, dan dari sisi disbursement pun kami meningkat cukup pesat dibandingkan di 2021 kemarin, dengan target loan disbursement 1,2 T sampai akhir Desember nanti. Dan dari sisi revenue, sesuai dengan hasil audit, per Juni kemarin kami sudah membukukan 29 billion rupiah, yang mana sudah achieve 80% dari yang kita hit di 2021. Untuk B2B2E service sendiri, seperti yang tadi saya sampaikan, usianya masih muda, tapi sudah capturing the demand. 40% growth setiap bulannya, dan kita bisa lebih baik daripada market average. Contohnya, active user rate kita ada di 70%, di mana rata-rata biasa e-commerce sekitar 30-40% gitu ya. Dan satu orang di super app kami, biasanya mereka menghabiskan waktu 12 menit untuk exploring apa yang ada di super app kita. Kenapa demikian? Karena super app kita menawarkan fitur-fitur yang menarik, contoh online edukasi, merchant offers, insurance, yang mana mereka ter-engage untuk bisa terus explore di dalam fitur kami. Dan kita percaya dengan data-data yang bisa dilihat di layar, super app kami akan menjadi go-to application bagi seluruh karyawan yang ada di Indonesia pada khususnya. Baik, VENTENY sendiri sebenarnya kami adalah sebuah platform di mana kami mengundang banyak stakeholders, banyak partners untuk bisa join dengan visi yang misi yang sama tentunya, supaya kita bisa serve lebih banyak customers, baik itu B2B maupun employee. Oleh karena itu kita bekerja sama dengan banyak stakeholders, contohnya dengan kementerian. Saya lihat ada wakil dari Kementerian Tenaga Kerja juga di sini, terima kasih atas kehadirannya. Kemudian dengan asosiasi, dengan bank seperti Bank Danamon sebagai salah satu main banks kami, dan pastinya dengan para media yang kita tidak bisa lepas dari support teman-teman media semuanya. Terima kasih banyak sekali lagi. VENTENY hadir pada hari ini karena kami memiliki roadmap yang cukup jelas, runway yang cukup panjang, sehingga kita bisa berkembang dengan jauh lebih baik lagi. Makanya kalau dilihat di layar, di fase pertama kita fokus untuk membangun ekosistem. Makanya kita bekerja sama dengan lebih banyak lagi asosiasi dan komunitas. Setelah komunitas sudah terbentuk, ekosistem sudah terbentuk, kita masuk ke fase kedua, which is yang kita sedang jalani sekarang. Kita utilize database employee yang ada di dalam B2B clients kami untuk bisa mengeksplor B2B2E service lebih jauh lagi. Dan milestone penting yang mau kita achieve di fase kedua ini adalah kita mau meng-establish Japan Office. Kenapa Japan Office? Seperti yang tadi Jun sampaikan pada saat presentasi, kita mau memonitor lebih baik lagi dari sisi debt fundraising. Kita dapat dana dari Jepang, kita alokasikan untuk disbursement di Indonesia. Sehingga hopefully di tahun yang akan mendatang kita bisa lebih utilize lebih baik lagi soal dana tadi yang dari Jepang. Di fase ketiga, kami percaya bahwa banyak sekali employee yang masih belum join dengan ekosistem kita. Kita mau serve mereka lebih baik, makanya kita mau memperkaya ekosistem di super app kita mengundang lebih banyak partners, sehingga semua karyawan bisa memakai service kami. Dan dari sisi perusahaan akan menambah revenue touch points, yang mana kedepannya akan menambah profitability perusahaan secara keseluruhan. Ini roadmap ekspansi kita. Dalam 5 tahun ke depan kita komit untuk fokus di Indonesia. Kenapa? Karena meskipun kami memiliki traction yang luar biasa, growth yang signifikan, kami masih percaya growth tersebut hanyalah tiny fraction dari apa yang di-offer dari market, terutama market Indonesia. Makanya sekarang kita ada di Jakarta, di Bandar Lampung, di Surabaya, di Bandung. Kedepannya kita mau fokus untuk ekspansi mungkin di Sulawesi, di daerah lain di Jawa, di Kalimantan, dan daerah timur lainnya. Setelah itu kami melihat juga ada opportunity dan kesempatan juga challenges yang sama yang dialami oleh negara-negara Asia Tenggara. Mungkin kita lihat Vietnam, kita Thailand, kita juga sedang melihat opportunity tersebut untuk bisa expand lebih lanjut. Dan why not kita pergi ke benua yang lain, Eropa Timur, Amerika Selatan, Afrika. Karena kami percaya bahwa kami masih menjadi satu-satunya perusahaan yang menawarkan service ini kepada MSME atau UMKM dan juga karyawan. Untuk itu kami mohon bantuannya dan supportnya dari Bapak Ibu semuanya supaya kita bisa melaju lebih baik lagi. Next, saya akan mempersilakan Pak Windy Johan selaku CFO kami untuk bisa memberikan pemaparan tentang financial highlights dari VENTENY. Silakan Pak Windy. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih pada semua rekan-rekan yang hadir di sini. Kembali, setiap perusahaan selalu membutuhkan adanya financial fundamentals yang sangat kuat, yang cukup baik untuk selalu berkembang dan bertahan di tengah-tengah persaingan. Untuk itu kita akan mulai dengan bagaimana kami melakukan monetisasi atas semua strategi yang kita lakukan. Kita membagi bisnis kita menjadi dua, yaitu B2B service, di mana kita melakukan service terhadap para klien kita berupa korporasi atau kepada para UMKM. Untuk itu kita merupakan penyedia bagi growth funding, di mana kita akan mendapatkan interest income, dan karena kita juga membina komunitas, kita bisa mendapatkan lead yang dapat kita berikan pada partner peer-to-peer lending kita yang akan melakukan disbursement dari dana kita. Untuk itu kita juga akan mendapatkan apa yang disebut sebagai lead aggregator fee. Namun kami juga sadar bahwa untuk kedepannya pasti UMKM terutama saat membutuhkan juga service lain untuk meningkatkan bisnis mereka. Sehingga kami pun juga mengembangkan berbagai produk-produk baru yang akan kami launching di masa depan, di antaranya invoice system, kemudian juga reimbursement system, sehingga mereka bisa menggunakan fitur-fitur itu untuk membuat bisnis mereka lebih efisien. Kemudian untuk B2B2E service adalah service yang kita berikan pada employees untuk perusahaan yang telah bergabung dengan kita. Untuk itu kita memberikan mereka semacam work-life balance seperti yang sudah dibahas sebelumnya, di mana kita memberikan mereka juga semacam ruang untuk belajar melalui sistem di kita. Kemudian juga ada juga mereka yang bisa berbelanja juga, program diskon juga. Mereka juga bisa membeli insurans dengan harga yang affordable. Sehingga dari sana kami bekerjasama dengan merchant-merchant, dengan teman-teman semua untuk menyediakan bagi para employees, sehingga kita bisa mendapatkan apa yang disebut dengan success fee atau administration fee. Namun kami yakin juga bahwa terdapat banyak juga hal-hal yang dibutuhkan oleh employees. Sehingga kita pun mengembangkan juga berbagai fitur baru tambahan yang kami kembangkan sekarang dan ke masa depan. Di antaranya adalah seperti e-wallet, kemudian juga payment QRIS, dan sebagainya yang kami harapkan dan kami yakin akan membawa lebih banyak revenue bagi perusahaan. Kemudian kita akan membahas mengenai performasi perusahaan. Jika kita lihat mengenai aset, ekuitas, profit, growth, dan juga revenue kita lihat adanya signifikan peningkatan di Juni 2022. Kita lihat dibandingkan dengan Desember, ada peningkatan sebesar 48% dibanding dengan Desember untuk aset. Sementara untuk liabilitas kita juga meningkat sebesar 30%. Terima kasih pada semua lembaga yang bersedia dan percaya pada kami untuk mengembangkan bisnis kami, termasuk juga dari Danamon. Kemudian dari segi ekuitas kita juga meningkat juga sebesar cukup banyak, menjadi 80 miliar rupiah. Dan itu karena makin banyak juga investor kita yang percaya pada kita. Sehingga kita merasa yakin bahwa kita akan selalu meningkat ke depannya. Dan dengan IPO ini kita juga harapkan akan menambah ekuitas kita, sehingga kita bisa melaksanakan strategi-strategi kita yang akan dapat membuat perusahaan makin profitable. Jika kita lihat perbandingan juga antara year on year, Juni 2021 dan Juni 2022, dan juga dengan Desember 2021, jika kita lihat sebelah kanan dari Anda, kita lihat adanya peningkatan signifikan seperti yang disampaikan sebelumnya, bahwa per Juni secara audited, kita sudah mencapai 29 miliar rupiah untuk revenue, which is 80% dibandingkan dengan Desember. Dan per Oktober kita sudah melebihi 2021 sebesar 25%. Dengan adanya peningkatan performasi itu, kita mencatatkan adanya penambahan interest dan penambahan juga net profit. Sehingga jika dilihat perbandingannya antara 2021 Desember dengan Juni 2022, kita melihat peningkatan yang sangat signifikan. Untuk juga net profit dan gross profit juga ada sedikit stabilisasi. Kenapa? Karena kita memiliki dua bisnis yang berbeda, yaitu B2B dan B2B2E. B2B mendapatkan margin lebih tinggi, sementara B2E yang berkembang terus cenderung marginnya lebih rendah. Namun itu adalah sesuai dengan strategi kita. Kenapa? Karena dengan adanya dua bisnis yang berbeda akan lebih mengurangi risk bisnis kita. Ditambah kita juga akan mampu memelihara cash flow kita secara lebih baik. Untuk itu dengan semua strategi kami yakin. Dan juga dengan performasi finansial kami bahwa kita akan mampu untuk selalu maju ke depan. Tentunya dan dukungan para stakeholder kita, termasuk juga dengan rekan-rekan semua. Terima kasih. Untuk selanjutnya, kita akan membahas mengenai offering structure IPO yang akan dibawakan oleh Pak Kevin dari BRI Dana Sekuritas. Untuk waktunya silakan Pak Kevin.
Oke, selamat siang. Terima kasih Pak Windy. Perkenankan saya dari BRI Dana Sekuritas. Saya akan menyampaikan mengenai indikatif offering structure yang akan dijalankan oleh company pada transaksi IPO kali ini. Baik, issuer adalah PT VENTENY Fortuna International Tbk, di mana offering type yang akan dijalankan oleh company pada transaksi kali ini adalah local domestic offering, dan nantinya tentunya akan melakukan pencatatan di Bursa Efek Indonesia. IPO size atau floating shares yang akan dijalankan dalam transaksi ini adalah primary offering untuk new shares sebanyak-banyaknya 15% dari enlarged issue share capital after IPO ini dijalankan. Dalam kesempatan IPO kali ini, manajemen company decide untuk menjalankan program employee stock allocation, di mana program ini dialokasikan kurang lebih sekitar 0,11% dari total offering shares, dan juga adanya manajemen and employee stock option plan yang kurang lebih sekitar 7,83% dari enlarged issue share capital setelah IPO ini dilangsungkan. Selanjutnya terkait dengan dividend policy, company berencana untuk memberikan sekitar 30% dari net income untuk dividen yang tentunya akan melalui persetujuan RUPS setiap tahunnya. Dan yang terakhir terkait dengan use of proceed atau rencana penggunaan dana dari IPO ini, company sebagian besar kurang lebih sekitar 42% akan diberikan kepada anak perusahaan, yakni PT VENTENY Matahari Indonesia atau VMI, sebagai working capital untuk mendukung bisnis P2P ke depannya. Selanjutnya sekitar 30% akan dipergunakan untuk pengembangan bisnis, untuk super app development tentunya, product development, dan juga geographical expansion sebagaimana yang sudah dijelaskan oleh manajemen sebelumnya. Dan terakhir sebesar 25% atau sisanya akan dipergunakan sebagai working capital dari Perseroan secara general. Ini adalah key supporting parties yang membantu dalam terlaksananya proses IPO ini. Joint lead underwriters di sini ada BRI Dana Reksa Sekuritas, Surya Fajar Sekuritas, dan juga Mirai Aset Sekuritas Indonesia. Public accountant atau kantor akuntan publik pada transaksi kali ini company dibantu oleh KAP HLB Hadori Sugiarto Adi dan rekan, dengan konsultan hukum dibantu oleh Dentons PRP, notari oleh kantor notaris Kristina Dewi Utami, SH MHUM MKN, dan share register dibantu oleh PT Adi Mitra Jasa Corpora. Berikut adalah indikatif timeline dari transaksi IPO yang dilangsungkan oleh perusahaan. Book building period kami sudah menjalankan sejak tanggal 21 November dan akan diakhiri pada tanggal 29 November 2022. Di mana kami menargetkan untuk diperolehnya efektif dari OJK pada tanggal 2 Desember 2022, yang selanjutnya kami akan berharap untuk langsung bisa menjalankan proses public offering kepada masyarakat secara luas di tanggal 6 hingga 12 Desember 2022. Proses penjatahan dilakukan di tanggal 12 Desember, di mana proses distribusi akan dilangsungkan satu hari setelahnya di tanggal 13 Desember 2022, dan pada akhirnya kami berharap proses listing di IDX akan dilangsungkan pada tanggal 14 Desember 2022. Berikut adalah offering price range yang mungkin juga sebagian investor mungkin sudah bisa melihat dari e-IPO system yang sudah di-launch beberapa hari yang lalu pada transaksi kali ini IPO, company menawarkan harga penawaran sebesar 350 hingga 450 rupiah per saham. Sehingga kami harapkan harga ini menjadi cukup menarik bagi para rekan-rekan investor untuk berpartisipasi dalam transaksi IPO kali ini. Baik, itu tadi merupakan akhir dari presentasi yang disampaikan oleh manajemen dan juga JLU. Mungkin akhir kata kami menunggu partisipasi dari seluruh rekan-rekan investor baik dari sisi retail maupun institusi untuk berpartisipasi menjadi salah satu bagian pemegang saham dari salah satu the first ever employee super app di Indonesia. Kami tunggu partisipasi dalam sisi book buildingnya hingga tanggal 29 November 2022. Selamat siang, sekian dan terima kasih.
Terima kasih. Luar biasa sekali Bapak Ibu hadirin yang kami hormati. Sekali lagi terima kasih kami ucapkan kepada manajemen dari VENTENY, perwakilan dari SF Sekuritas dan juga BRI dan Reksa Sekuritas atas paparannya yang sangat luar biasa. Bapak Ibu, untuk selanjutnya marilah kita dengarkan dan simak bersama-sama sambutan yang akan disampaikan oleh Independent Commissioner PT VENTENY Fortuna International Tbk. Boleh kita sambut bersama yaitu Bapak Iwan Ho. Untuk kami persilahkan menuju ke podium. Ya, saya persilahkan ke podium Bapak.
Ya, selamat siang para hadirin yang terhormat. Sekali lagi, selamat siang, Assalamualaikum, Shalom, salam sejahtera buat kita semua. Terima kasih kalau pada siang hari ini kita dapat berkumpul bersama-sama dalam acara Public Expose VENTENY Tbk. Sekali lagi, pertama-tama mungkin kita hendak mengucapkan syukur dan terima kasih kita kepada Tuhan Yang Maha Esa, sehingga kita dapat berkumpul pada siang hari ini dalam keadaan sehat dan dapat mengikuti acara Pubex VENTENY ini dengan baik. Yang kedua, tidak lupa kami atas nama Dewan Komisaris VENTENY dan Dewan Direksi VENTENY mengucapkan terima kasih sebesar-besarnya kepada para hadirin, baik yang hadir secara on-site di sini maupun secara online, kepada semua teman-teman yang hadir secara online dan on-site tersebut, kepada para regulator, kepada semua stakeholders kami, kepada bisnis partner kami, kepada klien kami, kepada para JLUs, kepada auditor, pada rekan-rekan yang sangat mendukung dan terutama kepada para investor. Terima kasih. Kalau tadi kita sudah melihat paparan yang sudah disajikan oleh manajemen Perseroan VENTENY yang luar biasa sekali. Kalau kita melihat sejak berdirinya tahun 2021 dan Perseroan sudah mencatatkan kinerja Perseroan yang positif juga sejak tahun 2021. Dan kita lihat bahwa Perseroan terus meningkatkan kinerjanya yang luar biasa dan kita amini dan kita support bersama supaya dapat segera dan langsung dan terus continuity untuk meningkatkan kinerja Perseroan tersebut. Sekali lagi kami VENTENY baik komisaris maupun direksi sangat optimis mengenai VENTENY, mengenai future of VENTENY, dan kami juga mengharapkan dukungan dari semua stakeholders VENTENY yang hadir maupun yang belum dapat hadir untuk terus bekerja sama dengan kami VENTENY untuk meningkatkan kinerja VENTENY yang akan bermanfaat bukan hanya untuk kepada company VENTENY sendiri, tapi juga kepada semua stakeholders-nya, termasuk kepada bisnis partner dan semua calon investor dan investor VENTENY. Sekali lagi, terima kasih atas kehadiran Bapak, Ibu, Saudara-saudari sekalian. Dan mari, supaya tidak berlarut-larut, kita dengarkan satu testimoni dari bisnis partner VENTENY yang akan memberikan testimoninya dari satu lembaga yang terkemuka di Indonesia, yaitu dari Bank Danamon. Mari kita lihat dan saksikan bersama.
Hello. First of all, congratulations to Vibiznews and VENTENY's team for upcoming IPO. It's been 3 years since we met for the first time in Jakarta. Many thanks for your partnership with Danamon. SME play a major role in the economic growth in Indonesia. VENTENY not only act as a pioneer for employee happiness, but also provides a financial solution to SME community. That is why Danamon is proud to collaborate and support VENTENY's strategy to expand their market. Actually, this is in line with Danamon's vision of caring and enabling millions to prosper. We really wish VENTENY all the best on their new journey to go public in Indonesia. Congratulations.
Terima kasih. Mari kita sama-sama bekerja untuk kesuksesan kita semua sebagai stakeholders VENTENY bersama-sama. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih luar biasa sekali kepada Bapak Iwan Ho. Terima kasih Bapak.